Good evening, Gatsa from Dmnhor.
Good evening, convoy everyone.
Convoy, how are you doing, Gatsa? I just want to tell some people about you. So here we are today with Gatsa Solidigo, one of the most senior teachers from Dmnhor, and I'm inviting you all, the one who is looking at us, to spread the word and to invite other people to join us now. So good evening, Gatsa.
Good evening to everyone. Thank you for coming for this short meeting together.
Yeah, and today we would like to speak about, I think it's like the most mysterious and precious course that you have in Dmnhor, about the course of alchemy, isn't it? Gatsa, are you with us? יש קצת, אני רואה שבתקשורת יש קצת קושי כאן, אז אנחנו תכף, הנה, תכף אנחנו מתחילים. יש קצת, אני רואה שבתקשורת יש קצת, אני משתפת רגע, עד שגצה תחזור אלינו, אני משתפת רגע לדף שלי. אז שנייה. אז אנחנו תכף, הנה גצה חוזרת אלינו. תכף אנחנו מתחילים. אני משתפת. Okay, I just put you on my page. Great. So, Gatsa, good evening, and let's start. Please tell us things about this special course of alchemy. Maybe you can just start.
With pleasure. Well, first of all, alchemy has been a passion for me from many years, and I can say from before I arrived in Dmnhor, and I was wondering, and I was always interested in participating in any alchemy groups, and now I'm like in Dmnhor, when there's something alchemy, they always ask me because they know about this passion. And Dmnhor, we can say this, I don't know if many of you will have heard, it's a federation of spiritual communities. We can say Dmnhor is alchemy in many ways, and we have practiced with alchemy for years from the beginning, and including the social container, which is the cauldron, the community, which is the container of all the transformations that are constantly happening with the direction, the spiritual direction that we want to get. When we speak about alchemy, it's always something mysterious, and when you find a book on alchemy, it's as if it's written to make you not understand what is written there. Very mysterious, very strange. And in fact, Falco, the founder of Dmnhor, he was saying very rare to find a book on alchemy, because the real alchemists would never write things on a book. They would write it on maybe monuments, temples, very loud, very big, written for those who were paying attention, those who were aware, who would be able to read and to recognize and to decipher the codes, the proportions, the message that is written, always in a symbolical way, mostly through art, through architecture, through measures, through volumes, through time also. And so it's very rare to find things on a book. It's real.
Actually, you know, I have a book. This is my book that I've written, and it is about alchemy, But I can tell you, there are some people that are saying, listen, I can understand every word. I understand Hebrew, but I don't understand what it's written there.
Okay, you see?
You know? So can you give me like one example of how to transform things through alchemy?
Allora, there can be many ways, so many ways, because alchemy is everything. This is what I love about alchemy, that it's not something specific, but it can be any aspect of your life. Your food, the way you sleep, the way you think, the way you eat, everything, dreaming, everything. Alchemy is in every moment of your life. And imagine that only in 2010, so quite recently, after 46 years of history of Dmnhor, Falco opened the school of alchemy. And it was like sharing instruments and knowledge.
Yeah.
Because the knowledge is not enough. We also, this is magic. Huh? Also because, and I want to use this that is happening to say, alchemy is, so it is the practical part of magic. It's the actions for magic. So before becoming a magician, we need to become an alchemist. It means we need to master the knowledge of alchemy. And mostly, there's many kinds of alchemy, like many specific knowledge and specific instruments and method and codes, let's say, sequences, that can go from time alchemy, which is super complex, super sophisticated, very, including paradoxes and the most difficult. No, there is a more difficult one, which is the alchemy of the states of mind, where you have to deal with the states of mind as the containers of elements and substances.
Can you give us the like what will we do? What will we learn in the course of alchemy that you will start in 2 weeks, 1 week and a half from now? And will we create like instruments that we will use them? Please give us some clues about the course.
Allora, this I would have to say, this will not be the school of alchemy that Falco opened. This provides the knowledge, the tools, the instruments, including personal wand and staff like Harry Potter, but real, not a movie. And I mean using real energies, real activations. In this course that we're going to begin, there's going to be like opening ourselves to this world, which mostly includes the magical vision. Often we live on the page of the book. Alchemy opens many dimensions of this ecosystem that we belong, which is like the universe. The universe is our table where we are playing, but we are a representation of the universe. So how can we mostly activate and work and change? How can we transform our iron into gold? Transforming ourselves. Our laboratory is the most sophisticated laboratory, meaning our body, that we have at our disposal in every moment of our life. And it is the most given for granted.
Our body is our laboratory?
Is our alchemical laboratory that can produce up to 1,200,000 different substances. Imagine just the function, the practical functions of our body to stay alive, to breathe, to digest, to hear, to see. It's a super sophisticated instrument. And imagine this, think of it as an alchemical laboratory, but it's like a mess. It's a mess inside of us. We have everything there, but it's all confused. And we have, imagine a laboratory of the alchemist with a bottle here. The bottle is on the floor. You don't know what substance is there. And so we need, first of all, to become aware of what's where, and begin to open our eyes to the perception of a reality that is always there around us, but most of the time we're not aware, we don't see, including beginning from us. It's the most difficult thing. Inside of us, we have the most precious treasures, but we go and look for things outside.
Yeah, that's funny.
So there will also be practical exercises to train our perception, because we are blind, deaf, and we need to awaken to seeing and hearing, and especially feeling, perceiving, to use our laboratory. Then we will get to know it. What is it made of? How are my geometries? How are my made? So I can use that, and we will practice also this. So there will be fun, first of all, because we want to have fun. Otherwise, it can be boring. And working together, it can be fun even more, because the group, you know, once upon a time, the alchemist was one, hidden by himself, all alone, in the dark, in secret. Now it's a new age. It's a new time. It's the time of doing things together, learning, having fun together, and practicing in a way that is completely different. And thanks to the others, we can achieve results that one alchemist in one lifetime could not even imagine. You had a question, Gillia. I was going on in my talk.
No, it's okay. So actually, what you're saying, it's through this alchemy we will learn to work with our body as a laboratory and with our consciousness, right?
Exactly. And exactly, because our body our laboratory is made of many parts. So we will have some parts in the physical, some parts in the energy, some parts in our perception, and we will step by step get into this. It's like discovering a new world.
Yeah, it sounds great. So actually, for me, for instance, alchemy is to transform myself, you know, or let's say to take my body aspect and my spiritual aspect and to bring it all together and to create something new out of it, you know, like these magical powers that we can have when we use our spirit. So my question is, will we use in this course also like you know, like through meditation or different ways, I don't know, like glimpse to other dimensions?
You know, the other dimensions are also here. They are there and here. So, right. But it's a good question. It's an interesting question, because also to bring to a transformation inside, we need to work with something outside. And so it's always playing with the reflection that is outside to see what we truly have inside. So, yes.
So will we create different magic tools?
This is in the school, because it's a vast subject. It's a very vast subject. And for those who will become passionate, maybe there can be a chance to continue in the school. And this provides really instruments. But, you know, even if we have done this and people are crazy because it's really, really amazing. But however, I want to put the attention on our laboratory, because sometimes we can be lost in what is outside. We can be lost in the tool, in the instrument. The main instrument is us, our body. And so I would like to focus very much on our body, because we tend to look for things outside. We tend to look always, and the sight is a very dominant sense, but we have other senses that we can develop and learn to feel more subtle parts, listen inside more deeply, and it's like a muscle that needs to be trained again in order to be able to start working. And I hope that you will really enjoy this, because we thought of some practical exercises that will be very useful, because, you know, many theories can be interesting, and I'm very much into this, elaborations and all of this is amazing and fascinating, but then what remains really is the experience. And so we would like to make it more practical, of course, share the theory and the knowledge, and the reason why, and this is what is fascinating, because alchemy gives the answers to the big questions, and why. This is what is fascinating for me, to always see why and what is behind. Maybe you did it in your book in a perspective that was alchemical in this sense, because of course you were unfolding things, and it's like things are in layers, and when you go in the depth, it's like you can go more in the depth and touch parts of yourself.
Yeah.
And then, you know, everything, our universe has already an evolution. You know? It already has a direction. You know? Universe, one verse. But if we could intervene in this direction, and if we could bring the light on certain aspects in order to accelerate is not maybe the right word, intervene in this growth. It's like we are a bridge between the spiritual and the material, and if we could intervene in this, we could move towards the spiritual in a way where this evolution can become an awakening.
So you are talking about the course of alchemy as a way of transforming ourselves through a bridge of alchemy, to be more in the spiritual realm. That's what you're talking about?
It's like we are a bridge, we can say. We are a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
One foot is standing in the material, one foot is in the spiritual. And we are there, exactly across these two dimensions.
Yes.
With alchemy, we can bring ourselves towards the spiritual and awaken, not only evolve, but really awaken parts, potentials, muscles that we can train again, getting to know and practicing in order to awaken a different vision of life, an alchemical vision of life. Not only on the page of the book, not only stay on that page, but see things on the side of the book and see all the layers, all the dimensions of this amazing, fascinating universe and ecosystem that we belong, which is also inside of us. Because the transformation of the iron into gold is the transformation, the awakening of our consciousness. This is the goal.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's the transformation from iron into gold, to a golden consciousness or to a crystal consciousness, and, you know, much more clear and with a very clear shape, you know, like very like lucid dreams, you know, that you can see things very clear in the spiritual realm.
Yes, you are them. You don't see, but you become them.
Yeah.
Become the goal.
Before we continue, I just want to ask people that are looking at us right now, please, if you can just now share this live stream to one spiritual group that you know, maybe even two, just share right now so that people will come and join us, even if it's, you know, just for half or part of it, but it's very important. Hi, Anna. Hi, Ronit. Ronit is writing us. Wonderful. Let's all be alchemists of our lives. Yes, I would like that. So let's see how is the structure of this course. I understand it will be like 8 meetings every Saturday.
8 meetings. First, there will be an introduction, because when we speak about alchemy, it's like talking about the universe. We need to define, at least put some ideas, some solid bricks to understand that we are on the same page.
Yes.
Then there will be at least 2 lessons on practical exercises. I would like to dedicate to full lessons only to this. Then we will get to know how we are made. This laboratory that we're talking about, what is it made of? How is it made? In its structure, in its energy, how does it work? Because if I don't know that this table is 1 meter times 38 centimeters, where do I put my thing? I put it on the floor, not on the table. Mm-hmm. And so it's important that we know exactly how it's made, and then we begin to use it. So this is basically, in short, the idea of this little journey together.
Wow, sounds fascinating, and I'm waiting for it. So I really invite whoever is looking, and please share it with your friends. And we would like you to contact with me. I will put down my phone number, but I can say it anyway. It's in Hebrew, 054-450-9944. My name is Gilya, and contact me and you can join to this course. We will really start not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So anything else, Gatsa, that you want to say to the people that want to come or something?
Well, I would like to say that, knowledge is like a key that can open many doors. And everyone has his own. Everyone has their own door and their own key. But if we have passion for a subject, the key can adjust, the key can change. No? Passion is the element, and emotions are, didn't mention, how could I? Emotions are the main element in alchemy, because otherwise the engine doesn't get started. There's no fuel, there's no movement. If there is a passion, then the key can adjust, and it can really unfold things that you cannot imagine, that are there because we have everything inside of us. And the ancient alchemists were not looking for the gold; they were looking for the research. They were living, experiencing this fire, this passion for knowledge. And I think that if this topic, this subject, resonates with you, I think it can be giving some important and I hope also playful instruments for your growth and for your life.
Thank you so much, Gatsa. You mentioned before a bridge, and you mentioned now the emotions that are so important for alchemy. And look, in Hebrew, it's the same letters of the word bridge, gesher, and the word emotion, regesh. Gesher, regesh. So the emotion is the bridge. Yeah.
Super interesting.
Yeah. So even the words, also you have the sacred letters, that through the sacred letters and sacred words, you can see the alchemy, how it can happen.
You can see the meanings behind.
Yeah, the essence.
Noticing this, it's super interesting.
Yeah, and I know that also many playing with words, which is alchemy in Italian. So we would like to hear that in the course.
We will, for sure. Also, the word alchemy.
Tell me about it.
No, I cannot reveal now. We are closing.
Okay, so I will wait. Curious.
Yeah, for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Gatsa. Convoy with all of you. Thank you so much. Please share with friends and see you soon in this course of alchemy that is in Zoom with Gatsa here in Israel.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.